Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up, wake up, it's time to rise and sing the praise of Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's time to rise, to sing, to shout, to bring him all your heart. He'll do the bigger part if you will only make a start.
Friends, it will only take us 7 minutes to uncover God's inspirational message for this moment. This is your friend, online inspirational evangelist, Noy Gonzaga, and this is God's inspirational devotional for today. God invented snakes, but it is as if snakes are more synonymous with evil deeds. If we base our thinking with character-building stories, snakes are always playing bad. Well, it was a snake that tempted Eve. It was a snake that beat God's people before Moses intervened with a golden serpent. Well, snakes seem to have reflected a negative part of life. However, this moment, let us discover one characteristic of snakes that will not cause negativity, but rather an affirmative emblem for us to experience. Do you know that snakes belong to the most coward animals in earth? Well, you're amazed, right? Well, let us further examine this fact. Snakes have a forehand tendency of always getting away from an adversary or an adversity. That is always the priority impulse of snakes, going away from compromises. Oftentimes, when confronted with an opponent that will surely do an attack, the snakes will always find a way to evade. Wow, this is a new discovery. Well, everyone would think that snakes are impulsive attackers, but they are really not. Unless the snake is cornered in all angles, the option to attack is always the last. Now, only a few of us know that snakes look at the 3 directions fronting an enemy, for it maximizes its escape plans. Again, let me repeat this one. Before the snake will attack, it will look at the 3 other directions, which will be an avenue of escape, so that the snake will maximize first and prioritize first its escape plans. When the 3 exits are blocked, that's the time to plunge. It's not that snakes are not superior animals. It's not that snakes are not beastly. It's not that snakes are afraid of other wild creatures. That is not the point. The point is, snakes will evade a possible conflict, whether they are advantageous or not, whether they are right or not. Conflicts, whether you are in the right or wrong, winning side or not, will still carry with it collateral damage. That is the main reason why snakes will not go into a conflict, even to the point if they are winning. Well, that is why, like snakes, we need to run away at times to stay away from unnecessary troubles. As I was meditating on this gem of nature, I learned 3 great lessons. Number 1, before doing any reactions or retaliations, try to see 3 other angles, which can be better options. In this context, let us always remember that there are always 4 corners in life, and a person only stands in one of the corners, leaving another 3 corners illegible area of choice or passage if there needs to be a decision that should be done. Number 2, always remember that in every conflict that we join, even if we are at the winning end or at the point of sure advantage, there will still be damages and stains along the way. As the reality go, there are always sure victories in war, but it is impossible not to lose lives in the process of winning the wars. Now, even how triumphant we will be when lives are lost, still it can be considered a great loss. And number 3, remember, going away from possible problems or encounters is not an act of cowardice, but rather a logical act of staying away from things that can provide harm or degradation to a person. Staying away from trouble or evading the ignition of a sure problem is not to be called as not manly or an act of being coward, but rather a decision that was logically and morally planned and initiated. Remember, logic and morality always go with the best possible results for the most number of people. God places our minds always higher than our hearts because God knows that when the mind thinks well, man will be able to do actions that may not be popular but strongly logical and correct. Someday, it pays to choose our battles. If our battles are about the truth or about our God, then we should fight these battles with utmost certainty. Why? Because God will always be by our side and we will always be guided in this road to victory. However, if our battles are just to be waged because of personal reasons, because of selfish motives, because of esteem issues, then our battles are more destructive than constructive. Remember, God will permit trials and tests to come our way. When our mindset in dealing with life will not be as open as possible to God's teachings and God's guidance, then everything will just crumble to failure. Friends, life is always an encounter with great temptations. We always have a choice. If it's possible, give way for the Lord. Always remember, in every option we do in life, in every decisions we make, we need God always. That is why we need to face God and say, I need thee every hour. Yes, oftentimes God gives us multiple choices in our lives. Like the snake, we need to think 3 times before attacking anyone, especially when our options are not enough to protect ourselves. Starting today, think like a snake. How? Think how many times or think many times before doing an action, and always stay away from things that will cause problems. Remember, God equipped us with minds and not only brains so that we can think better when we are in the challenging times. To end, let me share with you our verse for meditation found in Proverbs 2, verse 11. It says, "Wise choices will watch over you, understanding will keep you safe." Friends, no less than the Bible assured that if we make the right choices, God will always be at our side. This is your 7 minutes with God, and always remember, God created the snakes so that we can also derive natural knowledge from them. Have a great day, everyone.
Wake up, wake up. It's time to rise and sing the praise of Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's time to rise, to sing, to shout, to bring.
Wake up! Wake up!